Hi, good morning students. How are you all? Hope all of you are keeping fine. So let us right away start with the class. I hope you remember what you have studied in the previous class. Anyway, today we will be moving on to yet another topic. We may not call it as a topic here because I am going to revise what we have learned so far. Or to be precise, we will just put into practice the way in which the questions are going to come for exams. The so-called practice papers. Of course, I have not taken a practice paper as it is from the textbook. For the sake of revision or for the sake of practice, as it is written here, practice makes a man perfect. So we need to practice as many questions as possible so that we become perfect in this field. Therefore today we will be just practicing some of those things. Now before going to practicing or any of those things, just let me tell you about something called transformation. That is actually the topic what we are supposed to do today. Transformation of sentences. Now when we say about a transformation of sentences, what do you mean by transformation of sentences? We have learned transformation from smaller classes. We have learned from maybe let's say class 3 onwards, we have been practicing this topic called transformation of sentences. We transform from one structure to the another structure. From a form of type of sentence to another type of sentences. And basically we do this one without changing its meaning. That's the most important thing. Now, so far we have learned many type of transformations. What are the various type of transformations that we have learned so far? In the smaller classes we have been transforming maybe let's say sentences like what is called affirmative sentence to negative, negative to affirmative, exclamatory sentences transforming from one form to another, like that, interrogatives may be there. All those kind of type of sentences were there. We have been just transforming, and there probably we may not have taken so much into the meaning. We were told to transform, add one negative maybe. So like that was the system what we practiced. But today when we are learning, we have to change that system. We are not merely speaking about what is called just adding a negation or any of those. So we are keeping basically the meaning has to remain exactly the same thing. So that is what we are going to see. Now, taking into consideration those aspects, let us see which are the different type of transformations we have learned. What are the different type of transformations we have learned so far? Even in this class, in class 10, we have done some of those things. We have learned maybe let's say active and passive voice we have studied. We have studied about the direct and indirect speech we have studied. In smaller classes we have studied about what is called so many other types. From one part of speech to another one we have learned. Then we have learned about what is called affirmative to negative, negative to affirmative, from affirmative to interrogative, interrogative to affirmative, negative interrogatives, exclamation to statements, and so on. We have learned lot of transformation, maybe the usage of so that, then to, like that, so many different type of, any type of sentences that we have learned and converted from one type of sentence to another one, that we call it as a transformation. So, in the same way, today we are going to see practice for what is called the transformation. We will be seeing what is called, we have 8 questions, the instructions are given, and based on that instruction we are expected to transform those sentences. Now moving on to that type of sentences. Today we will not be taking at random all those different type of exercises. Today I will be basically dealing with only just two types of sentences. Mostly I am giving you direct and indirect. Probably the sentences what are given to direct speech it is given, and you may be asked to change into indirect speech. But instructions are given, not directly saying that you convert that into direct or indirect speech. No. Some basic instructions are given there. Based on that instruction, you have to. But basically, the grammar portion is there. And one more is there: no sooner, hardly, as soon as. That kind of structures are there. So that also we will be just saying. So that two parts will be the one. Today we will be just practicing. So today's class is going to be a long class. Just few examples we will see, and rest of the things you can practice probably. So let's start with first sentence. What is given there? So here is the first sentence what I have written here. What is that? As soon as I opened the door, I saw somebody hiding behind the curtain. As soon as I opened the door, I saw somebody hiding behind the curtain. Instruction is given, begin no sooner. I expect you to write the answer in your book. Just try to write the answer, what it could be. You have to start your answer no sooner. So these are topics which you have already learned. Now one more thing I will say, as soon as I opened, if you see here, opened, as soon as I opened, tense you have to pay attention to. It is simple past tense, it is given there. So naturally, that rule what we have followed, if it is past tense, your answer also has to be in the past tense. There used to be cases in which we have been transforming that into past perfect and all those things. But we will be following what the tense is given in the question. That will be the same tense that you have to follow in the answer as well. So what will be the answer for this one? Did all of you complete the answer for this? Answer is, no sooner did I open the door than I saw somebody hiding behind the curtain. No sooner did I open the door than. Now one thing you have to pay attention. I'm sure there may be some people who have written here, no sooner did I open. ED might have written, there may be quite many, there may be the cases in which you have written opened, or at least some people might have written. A wrong tendency that people have learned to use here ED after the did. The word did, once it comes, you cannot use a past tense here. Because already the sentence has been transformed to past tense by using this word did. After that, you cannot follow another one more past form here. Therefore, this has to be in the present tense. So the answer will remain as, no sooner did I open the door than I saw somebody hiding behind the curtain. How many of you might have got the answers correct? Anyway, hope majority of you might have got this one correct. Okay, moving on to the next sentence. Next sentence. She shouted, let those who criticize me know that I shall not yield. Direct and indirect. It is direct speech it is given there. Let those who criticize me know that I shall not yield. I shall not yield. Future tense. Shouted. If this is past tense, and this will change into corresponding past form. So that rule has to be kept in mind. If the reporting verb is in the past tense, the reported speech will change into the corresponding past tense. So now what is the and the rule also we have said about shall and will, what will happen there. Answer I have already given here. She shouted at those who criticize her to know that she would not yield. That she would not yield. Shall not yield has been changed into would not. Is that clear? So she shouted at those criticize her to know that she would not yield. She would not yield. So that correctly it is given. Next question is given here. As soon as the speaker started the presentation, people started shouting. As soon as the speaker started the presentation. Again, same as the first question. As soon as the speaker started the presentation. Started. Simple past tense. So, this is the things what you need to keep in mind. The moment when you get a question, you have to pay attention to the tense. What is the tense given? What is the tense? Started. It is past tense. So naturally, your answer will be almost same as what we have written in the first sentence. But we here instruction is no sooner. Again, what is the answer? I wonder how many of you have completed here. It will be good that you do it. As I say, you practice it as you write it, complete the sentence and check it how many of you get the answers correct. No sooner did the speaker start the presentation than people started shouting. Now here, did the speaker start? Again, same thing. Start is given. It's not started because the word did is already used here. Past form is already used there. So keep that in mind. If past tense is already used, only present tense should be there. This is a common mistake I have seen in many places. Not exception to any school. Everywhere there have been these same mistakes. Students have been repeating. Therefore again repeatedly I am asking you people, please pay attention to this one. Did plus start. Not started. No past tense. You have to use present tense. So the answer is, no sooner did the speaker start the presentation than people started shouting. Okay. Hope you got it. Meenakshi said to her sister. Meenakshi said to her sister. What did she say? Is this the novel you bought yesterday? Is this the novel you bought yesterday? Meenakshi said to her. Let's see what will be the answer. So what you are supposed to do here? Meenakshi said to her sister, understood it is direct speech. So now you have to transform that one. Of course, begin is here. Meenakshi asked her sister, understood, that has to be converted into indirect speech. What did Meenakshi ask her sister? Now, is this the novel you bought yesterday? Is this? Naturally, Meenakshi's sister will say either yes or no. Now, if this is yes or no question, what is the rule that has to be followed? Yes, it is if or whether. So now let's see, what is the answer? Meenakshi asked her sister. Meenakshi asked her sister, that was the instruction what was given. Meenakshi asked her sister if that was the novel which she had bought, Novel you bought yesterday. You bought yesterday. Simple past tense. Said to her, this is also past tense. If this is past tense, meaning to say if the reporting verb is past tense and the reported speech is also past tense, the reported indirect speech will have the past perfect. Past and past will take or will turn to past perfect. She had bought the previous day. Hope you got it correctly. So Meenakshi asked her sister if that was the novel which she had bought the previous day. Again this one, yesterday. The word yesterday had been changed to the previous day. The previous day. So that has to be kept in mind. Adverb of time and place and distance and all those we said it will be changed. Where whatever may be the type of sentences it may be, that will be changed. So here naturally, yesterday had been changed to the previous day. So the answer remains, Meenakshi asked her sister if that was the novel which she had bought the previous day. So the cloud disappeared as soon as the sun rose in the sky. Begin handling. So those who have not seen the answer, I hope Let's see. The clouds disappeared as soon as the sun rose in the sky. Begin hardly. Now you have to know hardly, no sooner, scarcely, as soon as. These are the different type of transformation we have learned. I am sure that you have learned. Majority of you I have not taught so far. Most probably first time except one or two section, moral science. Otherwise, grammar for the first time I am teaching. But I am sure that in class 9 you have learned all these things. Hardly. After that, what will be the form? Scarcely, no sooner, as soon as. Now here in this sentence given with what is called the hardly you have to start. The clouds disappeared as soon as the sun rose in the sky. How do you transform that one? Okay, here comes the answer. Hardly did the sun rise. Again, please keep in mind, did plus rise. Wherever it is, whatever would be the type of sentence you are using, after this did, that has to be there. So, hardly did the sun rise in the sky when. So, keep in mind, hardly when. Okay, no sooner than. So, when the clouds disappeared. So, what is that? Hardly did the sun rise in the sky when the clouds disappeared. Hardly when. Just keep in mind, keep it locked inside. If this word is used, hardly dash is coming, naturally hardly when has to be there. No sooner than, scarcely when. So all this structure has to be kept in your mind. So that will not be changed. If this word when is missing, naturally your answer also will be wrong. So please pay attention to that word. Please teach me to play the guitar, he asked his teacher. Begin, he requested. Okay, sentence is clear. What you are supposed to do? It is direct speech. So what is that? Please teach me to play the guitar. He asked his teacher. Asked. Naturally it is past tense, so you know what you are supposed to do. And this is a request. So naturally you know if it is a request what it has to be done. He requested his teacher to teach him. To teach him. Remember that the structure of what is called that and all those kind of things has been removed from here. He requested his teacher to teach him to play the guitar. Simple way of transformation here. So he requested his teacher to teach him to play the guitar. He said, I have not done that. Begin, he denied. This slightly different you will be seeing. He said, I have not done that. He denied. He denied having done that. Just simply he said. He denied having done that. She said to us, let's go through the syllabus. She said to us, let us go through. So this rule also I have given you. If let comes, what you are supposed to do. What has to be the next word? We have come across two places. In fact, we have said in a sequence of tenses we have seen, and also we have seen direct and indirect speech when the rule comes there, when let comes. So let's see what it is. Half a minute for you to do the answer. She said to us, let us go through the syllabus. She suggested that we should go. So this word should go, we should go. So we should go through the syllabus. She suggested that we should go through the syllabus. So it is a suggestion, so therefore should is there. And we should go. How many of you got that one correctly? 8 questions we have done so far. Okay, hope that All of you are getting the correct answers there. If you don't come out, we will break open the door. It's threatening somebody. What is that? That's threatening. Sometimes we threaten people to get some things done. So here policeman is threatening. So if you don't come out, we will break open the door. The police threatens. Begin, the police threatens. So naturally, as I said, it is threatening. So let's see how you will do it. If you don't come out, we will break open the door. The police threatens. So begin. The police threatens. How? Let's see. The police threatened them that if they did not come out, they would break open the door. So what is that? The police threatened them that if they do not come out, they would break open the door. Just threatening, and they say, "We'll break open." But for his help, I would have drowned. I said one or two sentences are there which I will be speaking apart from what is called direct and indirect speech, or maybe you would know sooner and later. This is typical of that. But for his help. But for his help means, let's say, if his help was not, but for his help. If I am surviving today, that is because of his help. That is what we say, but for his help. So how will you transform? I would have drowned. I would have drowned. I have not drowned. That is because of this person, his help. So how will you transform? Begin. Had he. Had he. So what answer will you get it for that one? Had he not helped me, see, had he not helped me, I would have drowned. I would have drowned. So had he not helped me, I would have drowned. Just see that if this type of structure comes, you are supposed to do this one. Had he not helped me. I asked the policeman the way to the hospital. Very easy. I asked the policeman the way to the hospital. Begin. Good. How do you ask a question? So that is the only thing you have to put it here. You have to begin. Good. How will you do that? Just write it down. Just half a second. Are you ready with it? Could you please tell me the way to the hospital? Could you please tell me the way to the hospital? I asked the policeman. Only thing in this came at the end, sometimes comes at the beginning. So that does not make any difference. So could you please tell me the way to the hospital? I asked the policeman the way to the hospital. Do not drive rashly in the city, he said to her. Do not drive rashly in the city. A warning for quite many of you. All those two-wheeler riders, those who are very rash in riding, please be careful. Take it as an advice for you. Free advice. Do not drive rashly in the city. He said to her, begin. He warned. Warning is given her. He warned her. What did he warn? He warned her not to drive. Keep in mind, warned her. There is a tendency sometimes people take this to and put it this side. Warned her to not drive rashly. No. Warned her not to drive rashly in the city. So that is another thing you have to keep in mind. He warned her not to drive rashly in the city. Okay, so this is warning. Do you want lemonade or a glass of water? Now, a suitable question to be asked. Mother asked. Begin. My mother asked. Do it first. My mother asked me whether I wanted lemonade or a glass of water. Is that my mother asked me whether there is a do you want, yes or no. So naturally whether or if, so whether is used, whether I wanted lemonade or a glass of water. Mohan said that he was unwell, so he would not travel to Lucknow that week. Mohan said that he was unwell. Indirect speech. So you have to take here the inverted mark is also given there. So naturally you are asked to write it in the indirect speech. Begin. Mohan said. What did Mohan say? Mohan said, I am unwell, so I will not travel to Lucknow this week. I will not travel to Lucknow this week. I am unwell. See, he was unwell. I am unwell. He will not travel. I will not travel to Lucknow that week. This week. Okay. So it changes. You have to see that he, I, was, am. Then again one more he is there, and this week, last week. That week. If he apologizes, he will be set free. Second example of the sentence what I said. Apart from that. Unless he apologizes, he will not be set free. Unless he apologizes. So don't add one negation again. Unless it's already used there. Unless it's already with the negation it is coming. Therefore you don't, unless he not apologizes, no, that will not be there. Unless he apologizes. So another negative thing is not required there. These are also things seen there. Quite often students make a mistake there. So please keep in mind, unless he apologizes. That way you have to say. If he apologizes, he will not be. If he apologizes, he will be set free. Unless he apologizes, he will not be set free. She said that he had completed his homework. He had completed his homework. So naturally you have to say, she said that. It is indirect speech. He had already got. That means it is past perfect. So naturally here it has to be past tense. Let's see what it is. She said he has completed his homework. Okay, he has completed. So it is past tense, present perfect. Present perfect can become past perfect, and past perfect also can remain same thing. Alright. Few people read classic these days. Begin. Hardly. Hardly anybody. Hardly. You know that word? Hardly, what does it mean? Negation. Hardly. Very few people read classic these days. Let's see. Hardly anybody reads. Hardly anybody reads classics these days. Hardly anybody reads. After this one, let's keep in mind. Hardly anybody reads. Singular. As soon as I heard a knock at the door, I switched on the light. As soon as I heard a knock at the door, I switched on the light. No sooner did this, already the same thing we have learned. The first, third, and like these sentences, what you have seen, this exactly typical type of sentences are there. No sooner did I hear a knock at the door than I switched on the light. No sooner did I hear. Again, always you have to stress on this one. Okay, I don't know, somehow there are some students, even after repeatedly saying this did plus here, a tendency what has gone inside so deeply into the head of some of the students that they go on using this one, did plus heard, a wrong usage. You cannot use that way. So please make sure. No sooner did I hear. What happened? No sooner did I hear a knock at the door than I switched on the lights. Meera is a clever girl and is always dependable. Meera is a clever girl and is always dependable. Again, same besides it is coming. Besides being clever, Meera is always a dependable girl. Now again, there is a problem what we are seeing this one. Besides being clever, Meera is also Meera is always a dependable girl. There are instances in which we see students writing Meera is also. That is not in this. So besides, it is already there. Apart from, so besides being clever, Meera is always a dependable girl. So we shall not use any other connection there. Okay. Few good doctors are to be found in this town. Few good doctors are to be found in this. I think there is a lesser gap was coming here. This should be this town. Dirt. Now there is a problem. That's purposely I have brought this sentence and this word. This word, quite many do not know the meaning. The scarcity. That is the meaning of that. Scarcity, lack of something. So here, what we need to say is that a few good doctors are to be found in this. Means only few. Meaning is this one. Very few doctors are there who are good. Meaning scarcity, lack of doctors. Let's see how do you use that one. There is dearth of good doctors in this town. Just use it that word there. There is dearth of good doctors in this town. The children saw a movie as well as had dinner at the club. One wrong word has crept in there. So begin, not only the children or children, so let's put it that children saw a movie as well as had dinner at the club. Not only did the children, again this is another structure we may have to keep in mind. Not only did the children see, quite often we see this word is missing among when the children write the answer. Not only the children saw a movie, no. If you use that way, meaning to say that somebody else also has seen the movie. That is not what they said. So not only did the children see a movie, but they also had dinner at the club. So not only did the children see a movie, but they also had dinner at the club. So that is important. You need to keep in mind. I think there will be few more examples of that sort coming. In addition to an accountant, we need a superintendent. Use not only but also. Again, not only but also. Again, it is used. So let's see again. What will be the more or less the same structure it is used. We need not only an accountant. So what is that? We need, in addition to an accountant, we need a superintendent. Not only. So we need not only an accountant, but also a superintendent. So this should be the structure that has to be followed. He received a telegram and immediately came to see me. Similar type of what we have seen. What is that? Use no sooner. No sooner did he receive a telegram. Again I am stressing. I am giving this so many examples so that you may not get into again trouble there. So many already we have seen. No sooner did he receive a telegram than he came to see me. No sooner did he receive a telegram than he came to see me. Not only did he give him money, but also helped him Opposite way it is given there. Not only did he give him money, but also helped him use besides. Besides giving him money, he helped him. Besides giving him money, he helped him. He had hardly entered the hall when the audience began to clap. Use no sooner. He had hardly. So it is perfect tense is used here. So far we have been speaking past tense only. Now here it is had is used there. So therefore let's see what is the answer. No sooner had he entered. As had is given there, so had is just brought down here. So no sooner had he entered the hall than the audience began to clap. Only difference is when the tense. If it is simple past it is used, then did will be here. Since it is past perfect is used there, past perfect tense is brought here. So no sooner had he entered the hall than the audience began to clap. As soon as Ravi had seated himself, he asked for some water. As soon as Ravi had seated himself, he asked for some water. Again, same thing. No sooner had Ravi had seated, so here also had. No sooner had Ravi seated himself than he asked for a glass of water or asked for some water. No sooner had Ravi. Please keep in mind. Had Ravi. Okay. As soon as the van overtook the car, it had a puncture. As soon as the van overtook, past tense. Let's see. No sooner did the van overtake the car than it had a puncture. Did the van overtake the car than it had a puncture. As soon as the judge considered all the facts, he gave the verdict. Begin no sooner. No sooner did the judge consider all the facts than he gave the verdict. As soon as the judge considered, past tense. Here, no sooner did the judge consider, than he gave the verdict. The moment the guest enters the gate, the little boy greeted them. The moment guest entered the gate, the little boy greeted them. No sooner did the guest enter the gate than the little boy greeted them. No sooner did the guest enter the gate than the little boy greeted them. As soon as the vacation begins, Mr. Pandey leaves for the hills. Again, this sentence has to be paid attention. As soon as the vacation begins, so far we have not used this time. Begins, present tense. So what it should be the answer? It is not past tense, not perfect tense, it is present tense. So naturally, did form will be changed into present form. That is, as soon as the vacation means it. So naturally, does. No sooner does the vacation begin. Now here, begins must change begin because we have already used does here. So once does is used, again as we will not be using there. So no sooner does the vacation begin than Mr. Pandey leaves for the hills. Okay, so if present tense, this is the structure what you have to follow. Please keep in mind what is the tense. That is what again I am repeating. As soon as you get the sentence, check what type of sentence it is used there. Is it past tense or future or whatever be the tense of the sentence has to be checked. One more answer to this one is hardly. If it is given hardly. Hardly does the vacation begin. Hardly does the vacation begin when Mr. Pandey leaves for. Hardly when. No sooner than. No sooner than. Hardly when. Keep that in mind. I think for today this will be sufficient. We have seen already 30 examples of this sort. So I think if you have paid attention to this one, this is sufficient for you to understand, and I expect that from your books also you do some of the practice papers. So practice papers I have asked you to write it down in your book. Complete all the practice papers up to chapter 7 we have completed. So please keep that one in mind. When the school reopens, only we will be checking that one. By that time it should be ready. For today I will give you one more homework. Let's see what it is. Write a composition 300 to 350 words. What is a composition? Advertisement leads to wasteful expenditure. Advertisement leads to wasteful expenditure. Simple ways is not going to give you any advantage for you. Express your views either for or against this statement. Just for or against. Composition we have learned in the previous class. Argumentative type is given here. So please follow all the instructions what was given about argumentative essays. What all steps you have to follow when you are writing. And here very clearly I have mentioned either for or against. Choose only one. Alright. So I hope today's class is clear to you and wish you all a happy day. Have a nice day.